Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain here for another video in Dungeons & Dragons Online. So for this quest here, it brings us to the Drowning Sorrows Tavern, which is located in House Jarasco. And once you step inside to the kind of back right corner, we'll see Archin Morus, or Moriso. Not sure exactly how to pronounce that name, but they will give us a quest called the Keeper's Sanctuary. Now, this quest itself is located in the Delir's graveyard, and due to the fact that Maybar is currently going on, which is our DDO's Halloween festival, we do have darker than normal skies here in House Jarasco. Actually giving a nice kind of reddish hue to the sky, which I quite enjoy. Alright, as well, because the event is going on, we have more than your normal options. So the one that we want to select is just Delira's Graveyard. Obviously, if you're watching it at any other time, there won't actually be an option, and it'll just take you straight into the graveyard itself. Now, the quest itself is located behind where we were for Delira's 4, just a little bit further back into this mausoleum here. Now, one thing I do want to point out is this quest in particular, it's not one that is on my normal rotation of quests, so it has been some time since I've last run this quest. Not because the XP isn't good, simply because there are so many great XP quests at this level that it tends to get overlooked. Alright, so as you can see, almost 12,000 before we even get going. Like, it's not a terrible amount, but it's not the best out there either. Alright, so when you first get in, directly to our right we have a lever, and to our left here as well. And then as you can see, as we enter in our next room, kind of a really small couple of waves of enemies. At the back of the room here, we do have a lever. As well, after the dart trap here, we also have a trap box for the dart trap. And once we pull this lever, it opens up our cages, allowing us to continue on or head back depending. So the next room here does have a couple of enemies, as well. As you can see, we got a trap alert as well. And again, a few more enemies to deal with. Now these enemies spawn out of the sarcophagus, which as you can see, as we're breaking them, they are dying. So the trap box for this one here is located in the back of the room, along the wall there. As well, as you can see, we have a couple of hidden doors here. So this one here, which is the very back of the room, has a bunch of enemies that the moment we had opened that door jumped out at us. It also has a rune. Now you want to make sure that you get this rune. Of course, once everything is dead. There we go. And as you can see, that opens up our door that way, which is the direction we need to go. I just want to point out this door here.
The door opens up to a room with a stepped altar at its center, where a single figure stands at its zenith.
So the door off to the east, it snuck up on us, has a whole lot of breakables, as well as a lot of defenses around the edge here as well. Now, we do also have to come this way, so I do believe, again, been a super long time since I've run this, I think that we just end up having to go both directions. So I'm just going to start off here with the east.
This door is locked tight. You'll need to find the key required to open it.
Alright, so let's head on up.
You approach the figure atop the door.
We have our
Lifeless body crumbles to the floor.
lovely caster there. Now, when they die, you'll notice they did drop a letter, which we can open up here. Just one moment. Here's the letter, so we can double click on it, and it actually gives you a little bit of random text. Nothing important. The important thing is here that we pull the lever, which will open up our door. Which one? That one there. We can also, from this height, of course, break all our extras. So obviously, as you can surmise, this part here, breaking these things and getting the extra kills, obviously that is completely optional. The reason I'm doing it here again is not to show you how to do it, because, I mean, let's face it, you guys aren't complete idiots. And it's more so to show you, at the end, the amount of experience that you gain for the quest, getting all the optionals. That way you guys can decide for yourself whether or not it is worth it. That's why I show you how much experience you earn when you first start the quest. And then you'll see how much we get at the end as well. Alright, so now heading into that room, which opens when we pulled the lever up top there, we have a couple more traps. And like before, we also have... Where is that trap box? Guess we don't have a trap box. We also have a few secret doors. So off to the south, it's kind of a little bit of a winding tunnel leading to our next rune lever.
When you pull the lever, the sound of stone breaking against stone can be heard from the main hall behind you.
And then the wall to the west opens up to reveal a nice shrine for us here. here we are with the next rune door that we just opened up. And once again, more undead. And more secret doors.
The bookcase slides back to reveal yet another secret passage.
Alright, so there's our
Ragged
first
book rests upon a small writing
kind of a extra. Though with this one here, as you can see, we have a nasty trap. Fortunately, we do have a trap box. There we go. Alright, so one of these doors. Pick it? No. We did need a key to enter. Don't think, yeah, so the one door we did need a key. This one we can pick. I do believe this one is just an optional here. Alright, so spinning blade traps on our little bridge.
Aside from the small pool on the floor, this room appears to be as nondescript as the rest of the sanctuary.
Alright. Here we go. So again, another optional. And with this one here, we do have a chest. I believe this is the key. No. Alright, so this one here is just a random loot chest. Ooh, and we had some rems. Nice. Alright, so we still haven't gotten the key required. I'm not too sure why, but what I'm going to do here is we can head back to this main path and head west, see if the key is out this way. Again, it's been so long since I've run these that I honestly and truthfully forget most of this here, which is a real nice extra for me here. Alright, so as you can see, nothing in here but some breakables here. Heading further this direction. Actually, let's head north here first.
The wall slides open to reveal a small chapel.
The Scroll of Embalming. So this will be our first actual scroll that we needed here. There we go. Alright, so now that we got our first scroll, we're gonna continue heading west
The door swings aside
into, again, a very large room filled with pillars.
Opening the door has alerted something within to your presence.
Alright, so here we are with our first lever. Alright, so it's not that room there. Here we go. Oh, and that should be a wraith. There we go. So once again on this side as well, we also have our shrine. Really hate those guys. Alright. So as you can see, we do have some traps here. They are kind of at every interval, except for the very last one here at the far back. That will be our trap box to disable all of it, allowing us to safely access this chest. Okay. Seems inside our room here I had missed a lever. Yes, I did. So minus just the shrines, behind them we have a lever, which I totally wasn't paying attention and missed. I do apologize for all that there, everyone. Though it's not my first time in here. You might not be able to tell that from the way I'm going through it. Alright, so there's our lever. So, as I'm sure you can imagine, having a group for this one in particular really does help to speed things up, as you would be able to split your group up. One group heading east, one group heading west, and it's this one here. Effectively cutting the time in half. first thing here is I'm going to grab that. And as you can see, it is a trap protecting our collectible there.
The
That's the word I'm
ascending
looking
wall
for.
opens up to reveal another gilded scroll case rising atop the altar witness's room.
Alright, so in here again, the back wall we have our trap box. Clearing that will make it safe to pick up the scroll. Though for this one here, as they are just spike traps, it's easy enough to not approach from the front, coming from the side, the back, or even directly on top. And it is a relative safe spot. Now heading east, we have our next rune lever. Alright. Alright, so we are getting towards the end. As you can see, we got most of our bonuses.
Small wooden coffins line this room, and a large ornate sarcophagus stands against the far wall.
Okay. So one thing to point out is if the quest itself breaks these coffins or sarcophagus, you don't actually get count for them, so you might not even be able to get the full bonus here. All depends on how lucky we've been. So again, we have that optional guy to kill that mummy. And here's the key. So yeah, you definitely want to head to the western side first. Because we did the east, everything's now clear for us though. So we will now be able to head back to our eastern side to head in that one last room. And let us complete it here. That'll be this one here. So, yeah, my advice is head west, clear those rooms, and just, it's kind of like a, not a memory game, but you gotta remember which room you started in and which rooms you've done. So as you enter that big room, it's gonna send you to the next one, so on and so forth. As you can see here, we do have some blade traps. I'm not finding a box for them. I do believe that they have one here at the end. Or not.
The center of the pool is the room beyond. This appears to be the final resting place of Cyric's lost police.
Alright, so it appears that even with all our efforts, it ended up breaking too many of the sarcophagus, We weren't able to get our full ransack bonus, but as you can see, it is still a nice chunk. We're getting a fairly large amount here.
As the
Alright.
mummy's remains begin to fade, the wall at the end of
So,
the chamber yawns open to
once he
reveal a hiding
dies,
chamber. These were not the
next
true
room.
remains of the High Priest.
Now,
The shallow pool reflects the runes of a ceiling that looks to stretch on forever. At
which
the
is
far
really
end
cool,
of
by
this
the way.
chamber stands yet another ornate sarcophagus.
Alright, so here we go.
You hear the now familiar sound of stone grating upon stone as another secret wall opens.
And of course, it didn't give us count for any of them. If you are quick enough, obviously when it opens up the side, you can get those breakables, which I am trying to do.
The chamber's left wall opens, revealing more skeletal figures.
No, and still, unfortunately, nothing. Well, I guess there's nothing left to do but kill him. Once they die, it opens up our last little room here. A couple of chests. One of which is standard loot chest, as you can see. The other will contain your scroll of preservation, which is what we were ultimately sent here to claim. And that completes the quest. So we got 18,000. It did take us 25 minutes, but I did have some stumbling. With a good group, you could definitely get this done in a fairly quick amount of time. Again, sending one side east, one side west. You could easily cut that time in half, if not more. I'd say a good run you could probably get done in about 10-15 minutes. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for joining us here. It's been fun running through that quest again, Blast from the Past. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one, all.